there is a lot of people that have been hurt by these scumbags that have done it. Can they go via kind of like the common law and overrule a pardon? Because the reality is that's one system, and there's times you step out of it because it's like, how can you just say, yeah, he's free to go when everybody knows that they're guilty? So is there what's your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, I don't know how you would do it if you wanted to try and bring. It would have to bring a private prosecution is what you would have to do.
Yeah.
So, like what you've said, if it was a party that was involved in the scenario who had been or had a child that had been hurt, then they would have to organize their own private prosecution. How that would go against them would be a different matter, because if you go back to lockdowns and everything like that, and there was a few different groups that apparently had tried to do private prosecutions against people like Matt Hancock and the like, never seen light of day. It was like, it doesn't matter what happens. I mean, if you think about it, the BBC itself, I'm not even going back to sort of like Savile. I'm talking about now when they're having these people that have got sick pornography on their phones, right? Whatever it's called, like with yeah, and they should be like pedophilic images, right? And they're getting, oh, don't do that again, right? Here's a fine of 50 quid or whatever, and then you've got somebody who was waving a placard at a protest and is getting 3 years. Ends up committing suicide in prison. I mean, this is the and there's no dual policing, there's no dual justice, there's no two levels. Of course, it bloody is, and it's them and us, simple as. And anybody that can't see that is just simply not looking and doesn't care. It's crazy insanity, and this is as well, right? When I tell people, make sure you never ever use a solicitor, or a lawyer, or attorney, or barrister, whatever name you want to give them. All these people that were getting arrested and then prosecuted with no due process whatsoever, completely going against their actual own rules, the judicial system, getting told by the government what to do, which is supposed to be completely separate. And then what happens? The barristers or solicitors who were saying, look, plead guilty, when they hadn't done anything. And they say, if you plead guilty, that you'll get looked after. Plead guilty, 3 years in prison, right? So, I mean, if you just stay away from barristers, what you should have done is done it on yourself. Be like, a man or a woman and putting it in there. There's many, many different ways, because none of it is criminal, by the way. All courts, they're not criminal courts. They're all commercial, and they're all just after money. And all they're doing is actually dipping into your trust and taking the money. There's a value to everything, including murder, So, but never ever use or listen to any barristers or solicitors or anything. They are on the other side. They're sworn to the court, and they will make money for the court. That's all, nothing else.